Hello, friends. It's Friday. Don't forget that today is our parade, and we're going to be going up and down the streets around Durkin. So if you can try to get to one of those streets, if we're not driving down your street, try to get to one of the streets. Remember social distancing. Stay about 6 feet away from each other, and hope to see you there. But it is our last book of the week, and although this isn't a letter, it is a letter in some ways. So it's hard to explain, but I'll explain it as best I can. So this is Brother Eagle, Sister Sky by Susan Jeffers. And what this is it's the words of a very important chief named Chief Seattle. And a long time ago, the Indians believed that all of this land was everyone's land. Sorry about my name being on the book. It's not even my name, but it is. It's just misspelled. Um, so it's this message, if you will, from Chief Seattle. So he had to give up his land. The white European settlers were moving towards California, and they were taking up the land that had been the Indians' land. And sometimes it was done by war, and sometimes it was just kind of like the Indians were forced to sign over their land. It's a very terrible part of our American history, and it is part of our American history, and we owe a lot to the American Indians who and lived on the land and took care of it. So Chief Seattle, right before he was about to sign over his land, he said this speech. Now, this speech is not quite exactly word for word. It's kind of been handed down, but the theme of it is about the land. So this is, if I think of this as Chief Seattle's letter to us. Okay, so let's start. It's a big book, so I'm trying to do my best and making sure you see all of the picture. It says, "How can you buy the sky?" Chief Seattle began. "How can you own the rain and the wind? My mother told me every part of this earth is sacred to our people. Every pine needle, every sandy shore, every mist in the dark woods, every meadow and humming insect, all are holy in the memory of our people." See how beautiful these pictures are? My father said to me, here we go. My father said to me, "I know the sap that courses through the trees, as I know the blood that flows through my veins. We are part of the earth, and it is part of us. The perfumed flowers are our sisters." The bear, the deer, the great eagle, these are our brothers. Can you see the bears hiding and the deer and the eagle? So we are all connected to all the creatures. The rocky crests, the meadows, the ponies, all belong to the same family. This is a very interesting page. Do you see that they're in the water? You see the faces reflecting up. The voice of my ancestor said to me, "The shining water that moves in the stream and rivers is not simply water, but the blood of your grandfather's grandfather. Each ghostly reflection in the clear waters of the lakes tells of memories in the life of our people. The water's murmur is the voice of your great-great-grandmother. The rivers are our brothers. They quench our thirst. They carry our canoes and feed our children. You must give to the rivers the kindness you would give to any brother." Isn't it beautiful, boys and girls? The voice of my grandfather said to me, "The air is precious. It shares its spirit with all the life it supports. The wind that gave me my first breath is also received my last sigh. You must keep the land and air apart and sacred, as a place where one can go to taste the wind that is sweetened by the meadow flowers." So it holds our history. And if you look, like right down here. Do you see the face now? And here's another face, another face. So sorry about trying to get this right for you. When the last red man and women have vanished with their wilderness, meaning the Indians, and their memory is only a shadow of a cloud moving across the prairie, will the shores and forests still be here? Will there be any of the spirit of my people left? My ancestors said to me, this we know: the earth does not belong to us. We belong to the earth. Now, I want you to look at this page. Do you see a change happening from the beautiful forests to what? The voice of my grandmother said to me, teach your children what you have been taught. The earth is our mother. What befalls the earth befalls all sons and daughters of the earth. I'm going to read that one more time. What befalls the earth befalls all the sons and daughters of the earth. That means, boys and girls, that what we do to the earth happens to us all. Do you remember how beautiful the first pages were? What's happening? Hear my voice and hear the voice of my ancestors, Chief Seattle said. The destiny of your people is a mystery to us. What will happen when the buffalo are all slaughtered, the wild horses tamed? What will happen when the secret corners of the forest are heavy with the scent of many men? When the view of the ripe hills is blotted by talking wires? Where will the thicket be? Gone. Where will the eagle be? Gone. And what will happen when we say goodbye to the swift pony in the hunt? It will be the end of living and the beginning of survival. This we know. All things are connected like the blood that unites us. We did not weave the web of life. We are merely a strand in it. Whatever we do to the web, we do to ourselves. We love this earth as a newborn loves its mother's heartbeat. If we sell you our land, care for it as we have cared for it. Hold in your mind the memory of the land as it was when you received it. Preserve the land and the air and the rivers for your children's children, and love it as we have loved it. So I was talking to a neighbor friend of mine across the street, Fawn, and I didn't have a book hit that I had picked out for Friday, and we were talking about the pollution that we see. We were talking specifically about the rubber gloves. Now, there's a lot of people who are afraid of being sick, and rightfully so. And they're using gloves when they go into stores. But unfortunately, when they're coming out of the stores, they're taking off the gloves and throwing them on the ground. Yesterday, Mr. Nielsen and I went to the Jewel to go get some food for the week. And just in the one aisle that we were, I counted 6 gloves just thrown on the ground. Now, I understand people don't want to be sick, but you can't make the earth sick, because the earth is what supports us. It's our home. It's where we live. We have to take care of it just as we take care of ourselves. This has been a problem that I've talked about at Durkin for a long time. You know, April is the month when we talk about the earth. We have Earth Day coming up. It's very important, moms and dads, my friends, boys and girls, young men and women that I have in the upper grades. We have to think about what Chief Seattle said to us. How can we be healthy and happy if we're destroying the very thing that gives us life? We have to take care of the earth as much as we take care of ourselves. So I want this today, the letters of Chief Seattle, and I don't know if I said the author in the title, Brother Eagle, Sister Sky. The paintings are by Susan Jeffers. I want you to think about, I want you to look around. We are off until April 30th. Look on my older students, look on the news and see what's happening in Venice, in Italy. The canals that were once so polluted now are clear. And we now have fish and birds flocking to them. Um, China and Japan, where there's been so much pollution because everything has been shut down, the air is finally becoming clean. So we need to think about these things. This is a terrible thing that's happening to us, but on the other side of it, are we somehow saving the earth by cutting back on all this pollution? Now, what can we do to go forward with this? So, boys and girls, moms and dads, I want you to be safe. If you're going to use the gloves, please do, but please dispose of them correctly. Put them in a little plastic bag and take them with you. Don't throw them on the ground. Somebody else will have to come pick them up. And boys and girls, when you go out walking, even at school, when we get back to school, we have to do better cleaning up for ourselves. This is our responsibility. The weight is on our shoulders, and that's a good sign for responsibility. It's 2 hours, and we tap our shoulders twice. Responsibility. It's our responsibility to take care of the earth. So I hope to see you at the parade today. And please know that I decorated my car in blue and green, the colors of the earth, because I want to celebrate Earth Day with you. And I want you to take care of yourselves and take care of Mother Earth. We owe it to each other and to the earth. Okay? I will see you in a little bit, and take care. I can't wait to see you out on the streets. I'll be the one honking along. Beep, beep. Have a good day. Bye.